glass. I'm drinking champagne now.
A glass.
But let me ask you this.
A glass of red wine.
Well, you fill them like it like this.
Well, that's the way I like to do it. And then by the time you're done the bottle, you're on the on your way.
Let me ask you something.
Well, why don't we introduce people, or what we're doing here?
Okay, welcome back to Thinksipwrite. I'm Rick, and this is Roberta. See how that works? And today we're going to talk about Valentine's Day. I was going to give some facts and everything about the history of it. But what did you do for this?
What did I do for this?
Yeah, for Valentine's. For this episode. This was.
What did I do?
Yeah, I mean.
What do you mean?
I don't know. What are you doing in this episode? I mean, it's.
So I told him we should do this episode because I think it would be fun. Whatever. Anyway, so I came up with this idea and I told him that it would be a lot of fun to go and get like a box of chocolates at like the store and try them in front of you guys and like taste them. But we don't know what we're trying, so it would make it that much more.
That's kind of neat. It's kind of like a fun.
But it's like, okay, so you give somebody this romantic box of chocolates, right? Like, oh, I love you, like here. And then like your boyfriend or girlfriend or whoever goes, oh, try it. And then you're trying it and you're like eating it. And then what are you going to do? Like, is it good? What if it's not good? Like, what do you do? Do you just go, ugh, and throw it out? Or, like, give me a napkin, let me spit into it? Like, what do you do? Do you just swallow it? Like, it's your, like, say it's like you've been dating for, like, a month. You give them a box of chocolates. How do you react when they go, oh, let's eat it together?
I gotta say, I really don't know if I ever gave anybody
a box of chocolates? Really?
No, I mean, I always did the flowers thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I always did like a nice dinner type thing. I don't think I ever did a box of chocolates.
We've been together for 16 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, you've never given me.
I
like chocolate. I love a box of chocolates.
See, to me, it's like too cliche. Like, if I give a box of chocolates, I'm going to eat some.
But it's true, right? You never know what you're going to get.
It is true. So is that what you're doing then?
Exactly.
You don't know what you're going to get. Okay.
So, but what I'm asking you is, say that girl gives you a box of chocolates. Okay.
I can say I've never had a girl give me a box of chocolates.
I did give you a box of chocolates. Please.
When?
It was a little one. Remember that the box inside a box inside of a box that I gave you, that present? Like every box had a present. No.
I do remember that.
You don't remember that?
No, I remember.
Okay, there was a box of chocolates in that. There's a little one. It was like a Snoopy one.
No, a little Snoopy.
Yeah. Anyway, so what did you do?
Because guys need stuffed animals.
I did. I gave him stuffed animals. Like, I gave him all this stuff. Well, I mean, I liked you.
Mm-hmm.
I really liked
past
you.
Tense. Liked.
No, but now I love you.
Oh, that's so cute. All our listeners just stopped.
No, but anyway, so what do you do when somebody says, let's eat this chocolate together, and you start eating it? Do you go...
You say, get your own.
No, but, like, do you just eat it? Like, I'm going to be honest. If I'm eating... Like, I've been dating you for a month, and I'm eating it, I'm actually going to turn around, and if I don't like it, I'm just be like, ooh, this one's gross. Don't eat that.
Chocolates go well. You're Miss Foodie and everything,
mm-hmm.
and lifestyle. Mm-hmm. Chocolates go really well with wine. But
yes.
we're drinking champagne.
We are drinking champagne.
I've never had champagne with
I think champagne goes great with anything, personally.
Is there a certain way you pour champagne? Is it like beer? Like when you tilt the glass and you got to make sure
Well, yeah, because it will bring up the suds and everything like that. You don't want it to do that. You do pour it to the side. I like Prosecco, the cheap version of champagne.
Yeah.
But it is the best, I think.
There's some pretty good ones out there.
There's some really good Prosecco out there. So, but it goes great with strawberries. Just an idea.
Ooh, I forgot.
Just an idea for like guys or girls watching this. Champagne, like Prosecco or champagne, great with strawberries, or strawberries dipped in chocolate. So good. Anyway.
Why don't You try one of the chocolates.
No, I think we should go. We're gonna do that towards the end.
Well, no, you could do it while I'm giving you.
No, because you're gonna eat with me.
We're gonna stuff our faces in front of the camera. That doesn't even make sense.
Why? You're not gonna like smile and show.
Try one.
But I'm starving.
And I will talk about one of the where it came from.
Those chocolates.
They look good.
I can tell you this one is probably really good. That's like a turtle. Aren't they called turtles? There's like caramel and pecans in it.
See, I
can tell you that one's that. But these ones all look the same on the top.
See, I like dark chocolate more than I do like milk chocolate now.
I don't mind milk chocolate if it's really, really good. But I also have these guys.
Oh, they're good.
That we're going to try.
Really good.
But they're like a white chocolate, strawberry, truffle kind of thing.
I thought you weren't supposed to tell us. But
well, I know what these are. But I don't know what these things are at all.
Wow. Then why don't you try one?
Okay, and you're going to talk about history and stuff like that?
Yeah, just real quick.
Ooh, which one should I do? You pick mine out. Pick one out.
They can't actually
No,
point
you pick.
to it.
You pick it.
How about this one?
Okay. Ooh, okay.
Okay. Now don't... Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, so Valentine's Day didn't always have cars involved. It originally came from... There's actually a couple different origins. It came from ancient Roman times, where they would honor the goddess Juno, who was basically the queen. I know, the queen of the gods and goddesses, and she was honored on February 14th. She was also the goddess of marriage. So that was kind of one of the theories on origins. What do you got? You know?
A caramel.
Caramel? It also dates back to Claudius, who was this really vicious emperor. He would send his armies into war.
No, this is taking back... Oh, I'm sorry.
No. Go ahead.
It's taking back... Oh, in Rome. Okay.
In Rome.
Gotcha.
About
I just wanted to make sure because,
270, 250, 270 AD, around that time. But Emperor Claudius was a very vicious emperor, and he would send basically his armies to death. I mean, they would just fight to the death. And what happened was a lot of the men back then didn't want to go into the army because they knew they'd just die. Mm-hmm. So they got
wouldn't
married.
Come back to their loved ones.
Well, they would get married. So.
But what if they died?
Well, if they got married.
Is it kind of like now, though?
Yeah, it was kind of like dodging the draft type thing, where you didn't have to go to war.
So if you got married, you didn't go to war?
Back then. But Claudius then put a ban on marriage altogether.
Okay.
So no man was allowed to marry, so everybody had to go to war. Well, St. Valentine came along. This is before he was a saint, obviously. And he basically started ordaining... He ordained himself, and then he started performing marriage rituals on couples behind the emperor's back. And he managed to save a lot of lives that way. So he was put to death because of doing that. But that's where he was actually put to death on February 14th of 270 AD. So there's other origin myths there.
I'm sure there's a lot of back history to that, all that stuff.
Yeah, but they're the two main ones, and that's pretty much, you know.
So where did the Cupid
was that was something
arrow,
that was
the little
added,
chubby baby.
That was something that was
the little
added
diaper.
later. That came from Icarus.
Like why though? Do you know why? Do you remember why? Because we did a podcast about this. Like what? Like a couple
we
years,
did.
When
we did, and we talked about that last episode about.
It's like
some
a whole
of the things that we did in
big
the podcast,
history on it. But I'm trying to remember what the chubby baby.
Cupid. Well, he would shoot with an arrow and make people fall in love.
Wait, but what was it wasn't real. He didn't actually shoot people with an arrow. What?
You know, there's no such thing as a flying naked baby with wings, right? I mean,
but I'm not saying like there was an actual baby like shooting people. No, know. That's not what I'm saying.
I know what you meant.
But what I'm saying, Cupid could have been like a human person walking around, like shooting people with an arrow.
Well, Cupid
like
was...
with magic. Well, obviously there's no real magic. But what I'm saying is, like, whatever. I give up. Anyway, I thought that's what you would have done.
No, you told me I do too much research.
You do research on things that are, like, really, like,
I did the origin.
to the point.
The origin.
Whatever.
Yeah,
Mine are just, like, facts. Okay.
All right, you pick one for me, then.
I'm going to pick...
Then you hit me with facts.
I'm going to hit you with, since you like dark, I'm going to go with that one right there.
All right. Sure, give me the one that looks like that.
Anyway, so there's this thing called Valentine's Day, which is really cool. It's where you get your girlfriends together, or like moms, your aunts, grandmoms, and you celebrate that with your girlfriends. And you just go out and you have a good time. Instead of going out with a significant other, if you don't have a significant other, you celebrate like your girls, like your girl power, and like you treat them. You can send your like best friends flowers, like give them chocolate. Go out with your girls, have wine. That's Valentine's Day. Sometimes it's celebrated the day before. I was going to say Thanksgiving. Valentine's Day.
Got Thanksgiving on your mind.
Yeah, I do. But you can celebrate it the day before. So if some of them do have boyfriends or husbands or fiancés or whatever, obviously Valentine's are spent with them, but you can celebrate it the day before, which is really, really cool. What did you have? What was that?
I really don't know. It like started out and I thought it was a Bing cherry. Like it was a covered cherry.
Yeah.
But then it finished like it was just a straight piece of chocolate.
What was the filling?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know what happened. Something like
With the cherry, you usually have the cherry.
It wasn't a cherry.
There was nothing in it.
No.
Okay, so I do want to mention this before you go into anything else. You know, there is something called the side piece day.
Side piece day.
Yeah, that's the day after Oh, why am I saying
what
Thanksgiving?
What is wrong with you? Thanksgiving is the biggest holiday in our house, by the way, just
I
because
love Thanksgiving.
Homemade Delicious
I'm so sorry.
always hosting.
No, but there's something called the side piece day, and it's the day after Valentine's Day. So, basically, you have Valentine's Day with your girl or with your guy. You go out, you give them blah, blah, blah. The next day, oh, babe, I'm going out with the guys, or hey, hon, I'm going out with the girls. But you're actually going to celebrate it with your side piece.
That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
Look it up.
February
February 15th is side piece day.
If you have a side piece, isn't that something you want to keep private? You don't celebrate a holiday?
People don't know. How is somebody supposed to know that you have a side piece? Some women and some men
I get it.
Some women and some men like to be known as a side piece. They don't, care.
I guess if you're a side piece and you're actually, it's not like a one night thing, then I guess you would get them something too. It's not like a one night thing.
But that's the thing. That person doesn't know, like, they know your circumstance. They're okay with your circumstance. Doesn't matter if you're with a boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, whatever. They're okay with that. As long as they get something with you, like, they're good.
Are they getting chocolates?
They're probably getting a little more than chocolates if you're a side piece, if you know what I'm saying. Just saying. Okay. Anyway, what am I trying?
All right, we do one more each.
Yeah. Well, we gotta try the other one too, though.
Oh yeah. So I'm gonna give you this one up here. I'm gonna put my finger inside every single one.
Okay.
And then say, and I'm gonna try one too, but I can't do it at the same time you are. So other things. I mean, a lot of people don't. I mean, we don't really celebrate Valentine's Day too much. I mean, our anniversary falls right around the same time, so we kind of do. Oh, what is that?
That's another caramel.
I didn't mean to do that. It just.
I'm fine with it.
We don't really do the Valentine's Day thing. We kind of celebrate our anniversary and Valentine's in one. But a lot of people,
Pause.
You know,
We met February 16th. first date was February 24th, and we got married February 25th. Not in that order. I think we've discussed that in the last.
Maybe.
I think we did. We didn't get married in that. We did get married in that order, but like years apart.
Yeah, we were together for.
We met February 16th. We went out February 24th in that month. That is true.
Right.
5 years later, we decided to get married February 25th, just to keep it simple. Why do I always use my hands?
Because I'm really bad at dates and names and stuff like that.
No, you're pretty good. With us, like with our family, we're pretty good with that.
Yeah, but anybody else,
Well,
you know, like I remember a face, but
names are really hard.
yeah,
Anyway,
I'm bad with that stuff.
so
Especially dates.
I don't know, what else do you have? I have a couple other things.
I get.
Do you know that people get gifts for their pets on Valentine's Day?
What?
Mm-hmm. Well, people get gifts for their kids. I mean, I gave our kids little box of chocolates.
It's different. You want the kids. You want if you have
But
kids.
some people look at their animals as their kids, and I totally agree with my babies are my cats.
Yeah, well, your baby cat just rubbed his butt across the carpet.
He's my baby. I love him. But they're my animal babies. Like, I consider them as my children. So yeah, we get them presents at Christmas.
Yeah,
I mean,
true.
Valentine's Day is a little too stretching it, but I get it. I totally get that.
I get. I guess it depends.
Now, I know I talked about the Valentine Day thing or whatever, but there also is something called SAD, which is an abbreviation for Single Awareness Day. So it's for guys and girls.
There you go.
On Valentine's Day. So they go out with their people and they're single and they're just partying. But then there's also the other aspect. You're by yourself. You don't have to worry about paying for somebody else. No, seriously, you don't have to worry about paying. So I get that there's pros and cons to both those things, okay? I personally would rather be at home in the comfort of my own home in pajamas and just chilling. Chillaxing. You know? Mm-hmm. You don't like that? Is it gross?
I'm not a big white chocolate fan.
Oh, I like white chocolate. I like white, I like dark, I like every kind of chocolate. Why does that look like that?
So you just missed it. I just had it up to my eye.
Why?
You gotta paint the center.
No, they can't see. Why does that look like that? Wait, where is that thing? Do you see that, people? Did they do that on purpose?
That's like an eyeball.
That was really...
Right? See, that's what I'm saying.
It was good. It was just very, a lot of stuff
I think we
going
jumped
on.
from chocolate to chocolate.
No, it's just a lot of...
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so, no, but people would think that Easter actually has a higher thing, like chocolate sales, than, like Valentine's Day.
I would never think that. Chocolates are the things you buy on Valentine's Day.
What do you do on Easter?
You buy, but there's all kinds of stuff on Easter. It's like the eggs.
Well, it's 35 million heart-shaped boxes that are sold on Valentine's Day.
Right.
35 million.
I mean,
and it's $1 billion in chocolate sales.
Wow.
1 billion in chocolate sales.
Well, think about the candy on Easter. There's tons of it. But think about the candy on Valentine's Day. It's chocolates in the heart-shaped things.
Roses, they're chocolate. Right.
Or those little heart-shaped candies with the little sayings on them. You know?
No, but there's candies that have
I
the
know,
heart
but
saying
they're
thingies.
That's what I just said. The little heart-shaped candies, they're like... They're like the other things sold. Everything else is just not, you know.
Ew.
You have anything else?
No.
Okay.
That's about it.
All right.
Okay.
This is going to be an editing nightmare.
Oh, stop. It's not that bad.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day. To you, to yours, and to everyone.
Cheers.
Cheers.